Rav, can you explain, please, why when you feel others, the moment you start feeling them, it broadens your perception of reality? How are these things related?
Because by that you are arranging your inner systems for perceiving, for scrutinizing, and that's why the perception of reality gets organized.
Excuse me, Rav, I still didn't get it.
By organizing my relationships with my friends, let's say, with a 10, by that I organize the system by bringing it into a homogeneous, coherent system. I arrange myself, my mind, my heart, into a state where I have a vessel that is in my hand. Seemingly, I understand what's going on, and that's why inside this vessel, I later perceive all of reality, and I know it is mine. And when we all come closer to be as one man in one heart, by that I arrange my external perception of reality that as I have in my imaginary world, in my imaginary perception, and I arrange it into a true perception inside of me. And by that I close the gap between the two worlds, the imaginary one and the real one. And it's all through the 10.
You answered my second question. Thank you very much.
Nice.
It's still pretty confusing, this matter of everything is outside, but it's actually inside, because
He says that every person with common sense can say that. How can it be outside if you perceive it inside?
the fact that the feeling is inside, that's clear, but it's affected from an external factor.
You can say that, but if I close my eyes, I don't see it. Is there something in my brain? No. So until the rays of light enter my eye and arrange this picture in my brain, there's no picture in my brain. Meaning there has to be something outside that has to be photographed and appear inside, and then I grasp it, right? That's what you...
Yes?
Okay, that's what everyone see.
But the things that came from outside and perceived in your eye, they came from somewhere.
I agree with you. Okay. I'm also from this world. And in truth, this is how we see how the eye works. What's next?
So it is external, ultimately?
That's what he's writing to you. That when it appears to us that there is something outside, and it enters the eye and then the brain, and there we see everything, what's happening outside of the eye. It's an incorrect perception. Rather, everything is inside the brain.
Including the external effect?
Including that external influence. I see you, you are imagination.
That's not clear. I'll take an example.
You can't comprehend that. I understand. Where does it come from? From the sin of the tree of knowledge, from Adam Rishon. Not the guy who lived 6,000 years ago and discovered the wisdom of Kabbalah. From Adam, not maybe more correctly to say, that's the system that was complete and whole. Everything was closed inside the system. And when that system blew up and disintegrated and parts flew in all directions, then there's this corrupt connection between all the parts. So each one sees all the others not inside of him, but seemingly outside of him, to the extent of the ego that works in him. And that's why we see a picture of the outside world.
So each one is the system in itself? He's Adam Rishon? Everyone?
Each one is a part of Adam Rishon. And he has to correct himself. And when he does, he sees that everything is inside of him. But until the general end of correction, nevertheless, even Kabbalists have the same perception of reality as us, even though they corrected themselves. So they understand what's happening, as Baal Sulam writes. But they're also in seeing the perception of reality through our eyes.